So I'm 38 years of age. I'll be 39 in a few days. I have no kids. I've never been married, and I'm unbothered about it. A lot of times, a woman reach the age, or a man reach the age that I am, society, friends, family, and even strangers feel like you are that way because of reasons best known to them. But that is not the case. And that is going to be our topic for tonight. But before I go on, my name is Josie. If you are new here, this is simply Josie. We share life experiences, we talk about topics from relationships to God to growing your YouTube and a whole lot. So go through my video, and if you like what I post, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Hit the notification button as well. And thank you for visiting my channel. God bless you. So most times when you are a woman, especially at the age that I am, which is 38 going 39, even some people from age 30 are branded old. And when you are not married or never been married, has no kids, and you are in this age bracket, people tend to think that you are single because you don't have good character, or you are promiscuous, or you look down on people. People tend to think for you and assume that you are like this because of certain reasons. These assumptions comes from not just friends, but sometimes strangers, people who don't know you, and family members as well, and also people who feel like they have an opinion in your life. I can tell you the number of times that strangers, probably the person tried to get to know me, maybe on social media. I mention my age and maybe they hit on me and I turn them down. And sometimes they will pass comments like, you're not getting any younger, and you should be looking at your age and not be turning guys down and not be picky and all those kind of things. And it makes me smile. It makes me laugh, because why would you assume that because I am single at my age, it's because I'm being picky? Why would you think that I have no children at my age because I have a bad character? The sad part is that some of these comments or these messages comes from people who are really close to you, knows the situation, knows all the heartbreaks you've been through, the failed relationships, why you are even single at your current moment. They know all these, and these are the people who pass such comments. It's really sad. Let's not even go to family. Family will make it seem as if being married is the ultimate thing, having children is the ultimate thing. When it comes to African settings here, marriage is a big deal. I understand that there are some ladies who reach as early as age 23, and families are pushing them into marriage. I'm saying early because I don't think at age 23 or even at age 20 you've had a lot of experiences in life for you to even understand the concept of marriage. And so they go into this marriage with the mindset that, oh, the man who was my boyfriend is the same man I am going into the marriage into, or the woman that I was dating as a girlfriend is the same woman I'm married to. You cannot take boyfriend girlfriend situation into marriage like the way you guys used to be. There are some people who took it into marriage and it worked, but my pastor will always say that you can date someone for years and you think you know them until you live with them in the same house. That is when you will know who they truly are. I don't think I am scared of marriage, Am I okay being single? Yes. Do I want to be married or be in a relationship? Yes. But I will not settle for less. I am not going to look at my age. I'm not going to look at my biological clock. I am not going to look at the pressure coming from family and use it as a means to rush into a relationship or even marriage. I remember my niece had called me some time ago and she said that, you know what, your mom is sitting here talking and she's saying that as for you, don't even think about marriage. Like, marriage is not on your list. It's more like all you think about is going to school, going to school. It seems you want your name or your face to be published in the newspaper before you settle down. And she thinks you need a big person, a bank manager or somebody bigger before you settle down. I just laughed because if it is a bank manager or someone in high position that I needed, I was working in a building that belonged to Stomach Bank. So from ground floor to eighth floor was filled with men, bankers. So if that's what I wanted, I could have grabbed one for myself. And she's saying that I love going to school. A lot of times we focus so much on one aspect. You're a lady, you have grown up, you should be married, or you're a man. Even the men don't get a lot of pressure as the ladies, that you have gotten to the point that by now you should have been settled with children and a whole lot. What some parents don't understand is that not everybody wants to get married and not everybody wants to have children. And that is okay, it is their choice. But they don't understand. And I also believe that life is not one-sided. It's not just about being born, going to school, getting a job and getting married. If marriage is not coming, there are aspects of your life that you want to work on. And at that point in time, mine was to go and pursue my master's degree. And that's what I did. I had no relationship. I had no marriage coming in. Life goes on. I have other aspects of my life that I needed to develop, that I needed to work on. And so I went back to school and my mom was complaining. And it got to a point she was like, well, if you don't want to be married, then just have a baby. I will take care of the baby. And I looked at her and I'm like, you think having a baby is just something that you go to the store and buy, like the supermarket? So I want to buy sperm, I'm going to have a baby. Or I want to buy a man, I'm going to get married. No. The economy is already hard. I can barely take care of myself. I'm supposed to bring a human being into this world. And let's assume that probably my baby daddy is also not a responsible man. I'm not going to choose a man who is not responsible, but I mean, let's assume that that man along the line leave the baby on me. I'm the same person who is supposed to send you, my mom, money to take care of that baby, right? And here you are saying that I should have a baby when I can barely take care of myself. I told her that I understand she wants to be a grandmother and she's concerned about me. And most times, these people are really concerned. But it's how they go about it. They need to understand people's needs. They need to understand people's situation. For all you know, the person is healing from a heartbreak. Or the person feels like deep down they are not ready for a committed relationship, or they have closed their mind about it. I've gotten to a point in my life that I don't even think much about marriage as I used to. I'm not saying I don't want to be married. Of course I would love to be married. I would love to have children. I would love to have my own family, and at God's own appointed time, or when I meet the person that I really want on and he also want me as much as I do, I will give it a shot. But not the men that are coming. I am 38 going 39, and it will shock you that the men that are coming my way, 27, 29, 30, 31, and these are not guys who even have a good paying job or something. I'm not looking down on anybody's job, but I believe that if I am going to settle down with a man, then it should be someone who has something solid that I can equally support for us to build a family. And so me, I'm not bothered about whether I have a man or not. A couple of days ago, there's this one I respect a lot, and it's more like every single year. She tried to connect me to another man, and this time around when she came, I told her, and she passed the comment that, we are not getting younger, we need to get married and have our grandchildren. I'm like, time is not on our side and all that. I just read a message and I said, Mommy, time is not going anywhere. Time is not rushing anywhere. Sometimes we humans like to move with humans' timing, but God's timing is different. Sometimes God doesn't let certain things happen to you because He thinks you're not ready for it. There are women who have married at age 50, women who married first time at age 60, women who married earlier but couldn't have children and have to adopt. What about them? It's about time society understands that a woman being older or being in her late 30s, early 30s, 40s, without marriage or children, it's not a bad thing. For all you know, it's a choice. For all you know, they've not met the right person. So stop putting pressure on them. There's this TikTok trend going on about women in their 30s, and when you go to this comment section, it's admirable, but it's also sad. Some guys, I don't want to use a bad word on them, but some guys pass comment that if you're 30 years old, and women in their 30 don't deserve to be married. You're supposed to use them and just marry the younger ones. And these are people that I can vouch that they can even barely afford a 3 square meal. There are others who are also admiring them, but I don't think being 30 makes you old. I think people have age shame people so much, as just like they body shame people, that people are pressured to let you know that I may be 30 but I'm not old, I may be 35, I'm not old. And nobody should be able to tell you that. You yourself should know yourself better to know that being 30 is not old. Even women in their 50s and 60s are not calling themselves old. How much more you being 30? So I don't agree with this trend. Women in their 30s looking all snacky. They are beautiful, yeah, but it's not really a big deal. They are not really old. So all I am saying is that it's about time that you don't allow society to pressure you into something that you are not into or something you're not ready for, especially when it comes to marriage and having children. If it is something that you're not ready for or something that you don't intend to do, just let the naysayers say whatever they will say and focus on yourself. Focus on building yourself, building the life you want, living the way you want. And at God's own appointed time, you will get what you need. If that is traveling, if that is being successful, if that is getting money, financial freedom, if that means having children, and if that also means building a family or being married, then it will happen. So don't be bothered too much when they pass these comments, and don't pressure yourself. Don't let these bullies affect you in any ways. Focus on what you're doing, focus on other aspects of your life, and leave the rest in God's hands, and He will definitely come through. That's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, lovelies.